Okay, so in this video, I wanna talk about women. I'm always kind of like talking about men to a certain extent, like with things that I've seen and experienced, but I kind of like want to talk about women too, because I always try to, as an empath and as a rebel, I never, and I'm a feminist too, but I always try to be equal. That's just the way I am, because I know that there are other good men, even if they're not empaths, there are other good men out there who get manipulated kind of like by the Jezebel spirit. So I want to also talk about that. I don't think I really want to record in this restroom, so I'm gonna do like this little brief intro, and I'm gonna go off camera and sit in the other room. So I'll just say this, but like women, okay, you know how men, they can look at women and they'll be like, a lot of men who meet empath women, especially if you get with a true divine feminine, you never truly be satisfied with any woman after that, because it's like a true empress or a true divine feminine. It's like she's all the women in one. It's like you'll try to replace, but you'll never ever get that true love factor. That's kind of like where, like, usually when after people deal with empaths or divine feminine or empress, they never really truly experience that same exact love, because it's like it can't be duplicated, because it's just the essence of that person. They just have a pure soul, a pure heart. So I want to kind of talk about manipulative, narcissistic women and Jezebel women and how they look at me. And so just give me a second. Okay. Should I do it like this? So now, listen. A long time ago, I dated. This is just in general. Just I don't like to be like too specific, because I have like a lot of different stories. Hold on, let me turn it for that. Okay. I have a lot of different stories of things that like I experienced with different types of people. So I'm just gonna be like real specific, and well, I'm just gonna tell a story, but I'm not gonna say any names. So nobody know what I'm talking about, because I dated a lot of different people before in my past, which will okay, so we'll just say this. But and this is tying into narcissistic women. A lot of times when you have a manipulative woman and she has like daughters and stuff, this is not in every case. This is not in every case, because remember, I came from a type of narcissistic family too. But people have traits like their parents. They do. Like, I have a nice side or whatever, a calm, sweet, soft tone like my mom, but I also have a violent. I can get rowdy with it like my dad, and jokey type of nature or whatever, ranking type of nature. That's why a lot of people think I'm kind of funny. My mom has like a little funny sense of humor too, sarcastic sense of humor. So it's just all mixed in one, regardless if I have respect for my parents or like them or not. In general, mixed together, that's how my personality is. So now when we talk about narcissistic women who are gold diggers and stuff like that, one thing I always try to tell men, and I did a video about this a while back, when narcissistic women, I'm just gonna say Jezebel type women, the first thing on their mind is what they can give you, what type of cash they can get from you. And it's certain type of women that I don't like to be around. It has nothing to do with everybody has a past, because everybody has a past. I have a past, everybody has a past. It's just a certain type of spirit. I'm just gonna give you an example. It's certain types of women that how can I say this? Okay, like one of my exes, he had a girlfriend that was a gold digger, and he would tell me little things about her. We just talk, not like he bringing her up, but he would tell me like little things, like she would be like, "Oh, men ain't no good. I just use it for whatever I can," and blah 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 blah. But he would sometimes bring his daughter around, and like I said before, I would say things that other people just won't say out loud. This is just how I am, and to a certain extent, if I ever have children, to a certain extent, I always see it the same way. But when he used to bring his daughter around, she used to really get on my nerve, and being honest, not to the point where I was like, oh, I was always respectful and nice to her. She was just really spoiled and had like a manipulative spirit to be so young, kind of to the point. And I have to give an example so people don't just think that I'm just being like talking about people's kids. I'm talking about, and nobody knows what I'm talking about. But it's like she would just do things, and she knew how to like get over on her dad because she was spoiled. And that's fine, you're supposed to give your kids things, but it was like certain things that she would do, like every time we go in the store, she'd just be like, I want this, I want that, whatever she wanted to get. But then there'd be times I'd be in the store with her, and I'd just be like, oh, I want to get her something, I'd get her something. She wouldn't even say thank you. Never even said thank you when her dad got her stuff. Just like, and because I wasn't raised like that, I was, regardless of the please. I was always raised to say please and thank you. I just don't like stuff like that. I don't like dealing with their kids that feel obligated. You gotta get somewhere. It kind of annoyed me in a certain type of way. And then one thing you have to realize, when you're dating somebody and that person is not that child's parent, it's like they look at it a different type of way. That's why when certain people have kids, it limits on the type of person that you can get. Regardless if you have money, regardless if you're broke, whatever, a decent person doesn't really want to put up with certain things. And that's just how it is. I've dealt with it. Other step parents have dealt with it. I was like I've never been like a manipulative child, but I was kind of like trouble because of the stuff that I went through. It's like it's a huge difference. So if people kind of understand what I'm saying. But let me go back to the Jezebel spirit. It's certain types of women. It's like, it don't even have to be women with bodies. I'm with plus size women, women that are thin, women that are petite, women that are very curvy, big butt, small butt, whatever. It has nothing to do with it. It's a certain type of mindset, spirit that when men deal with certain types of women, it make me look at them as kind of weak. And to a certain extent, men can look at women and be like, oh, she just fall for anything. We all have a past. I don't like men who put certain types of women on pedestals and belittle and degrade nice type of women, nice spirited women, and then sit up there and complain and be like, well, ain't nobody, she just used, okay, but to a certain extent, it's like people need to start, it's certain women I can just look at. And yes, to a certain extent, you can judge a book by its cover, but sometimes you can't. But it's certain women I just look at and I just automatically tell they have a Jezebel spirit. And so, what can you do for me? What can you do for me? And men need to start getting turned off by it. Because it's like a woman is just coming up to you to literally in her mind see what she can get. So and it's like men will do it. But women will look at you as weak for doing it. And then what happens is that when men continue to deal with women like that on a day-to-day basis, they just in their mind start treating every woman like that, because you in your mind think that every woman thinks like that, wants that, or has that type of mentality. So the one thing I don't like is those manipulative women and those Jezebel women, they get whatever they want. And then the nice women that work for you, it's like you look down on her. It's like, it's just not really respected. What I've come to find out is every man doesn't think like that. The only men that kind of like don't go for like, how do you say it? The only men that reciprocate with empathic type of women, and what I found are empathic type of men. Those fast, money-minded, they like that big booty, run me my money stuff. From stuff that I've seen, like with a lot. I told you I dated a lot of guys who kind of like hustle and stuff like that. But it's just when you deal with when you see that and you see it on a constant basis, it's like you start kind of like, how do you explain it? What happens with women who put their all into certain things and it's not reciprocated, or they see men not respected, what happens is that you change a woman's mindset and she don't want to do for you no more. So all you're going to get is that Jezebel spirited type of woman. It's certain women. Like, I'm trying to see examples, and I like to use celebrities so you guys can better understand. Women like Donna from Black Ink Crew. It's like if I see a woman like that, and she's around me, it's just I automatically know that's like a Jezebel spirited type of woman. Even if it's not about, she just has a very manipulative type spirit that I don't want to be around very long. It's like, I kind of compare myself a little bit on Black Ink Crew to Toki. Remember Toki? She was kind of full-figured and she was nice. She was a little lost, but she was kind of nice. You see how her and Donna and the other girls clash, because she was kind of empathic, but Donna and I can't think of that other girl's name, the dark-skinned girl, Jayla, or whatever her name is, Jada, they have like that Jezebel type spirit. So now you see how that doesn't really conflict. Regardless if it's acting, I'm just giving you an example. But it's just like men, women look at you as weak. If a woman can come up to you, and of course as a man, you're supposed to, give to a woman, you're supposed to appreciate and stuff like that. But if you know a woman is just using you, and this is in all cases, I've seen a lot of men do that. If you know a woman is only, I don't see how a man could not be turned off from that. I don't see how a man could, it's to a certain extent, how can you not see that and be boasting and thinking that that's cool or whatever, to just be tricking on a woman that you men need to learn how to be in love with a woman that you know is in love with you. That's something to go around bragging about. If a man is among other men, and you can brag, man, my wife do this, she do this, she really love me, I come home, she be giving me massages. If you can brag about something like that, that's something to brag about. That's something that people will be jealous of. Even if you're bragging about, I got my wife this, got my wife that, that's fine. But it's like just look based, and it's nothing wrong with being look based, but it's like you're just basing the fact There's nothing to be proud of, because a woman that only wants you for your money is going to be a woman that's going to leave you for the next man with money. It's like, I wouldn't even feel safe knowing for a fact that a person is not, is only with me for, if you fully aware of it, but that doesn't even make any type of sense, that somebody just set you up and kill you or whatever just to get your money, because it's like they don't love you, and you'll know a person love you just by the way that they treat you. So that's one of the things I just want to talk about. I understand like a lot of men be doing and seeing and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of something else. Like in Boomerang, even though it's, you know, secret transgenders, it's like robbing the gold digger type. Now he had Halle Berry, she was nice and blah blah blah, real goofy and stuff like that. But he went for the seductive spirit, even if it's hard to get it, and she playing a mind game with you. It's like just look in general, look at the outcome of it. He ended up looking like a clown, which was kind of like karma. But it's just, I don't even see how men could be attracted to that type of stuff. It's like, you know, a woman only wants to get something out of you. It's like a game. Instead of cherishing people that are real and honest, it's like men, they like to go for they just like to go for like the money spirited type of women. I've seen a lot of men fall with stuff like that. When I did a clip or whatever on a movie Hitch, and it was showing how he was nice before he turned into like a player and teaching other men how to go for women. He was like a real nice, goofy type of guy, and he fell for the wrong woman. He was open and told her everything, and then saw that she just, like right in front of his face, she was cheating and didn't even give a F. That can damage your mind, especially as a man, if you knew the love and you open up and you be real and you see the woman. It'll make you look at all women as if they no good, because that's the kind of way I used to think growing up. I mean, throughout my life, I didn't care if I got hurt a lot. I could always bounce back. But sometimes things happen so much, it'll give you a distaste for a certain particular type of gender. And no, I'm straight, but it'll start making you look at people a certain type of way. It started making me think that men, to a certain degree, they like being used. They like getting dogged out. They like, you know, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like starting to make me think that men don't like decent type of real women. They just like women that, regardless of in general, I feel like men, from what I've seen, they don't respect honesty. They like playing games. They like women that play games. They don't want somebody that's going to be solid. They don't be serious. They say they want it, but then when you get it, you treat it a certain type of way, and then complain when you get what you asked for. So men need to be more aware of Jezebel type of spirits. They need to be turned off from stuff like that. One thing I realized is that the way that the play that you got when you were broke, when you had nothing, when you were on the come up, on the rise, and whatever, trying to get yourself together, the way people treat you is how they feel about you. Period. When you were down, regardless if you get money or whatever, the way people treated you when you were down, whether it's family, friends, exes, whatever, how they treated you, how they talked to you before you came up, or just in general, how you are now, that's how they feel about you. So even if you get money, you should learn how to be turned off to the fact that when you were down, how those people treated you. Did they call you back right away? Were they real with you? Did they try to make time for you? Whatever. It's like when you're on your lowest, and this is for me, and just from when you're on your lowest and people treat you a certain type of way, it's like you have to always think in your mind that even if you come up, that if you lose it, that's the same way they're going to treat you. That's one of the reasons why I like that back then song by Mike Jones, when he was showing that girl in that music video. I used to go to Windsor Village. I used to see her all the time. She used to sit in the pews. I spoke to her like once or twice. But the one who was at the bus stop running after him in that video. But when you say, like he was saying, he had a little belly and they really didn't call him back. He was like, no, I'm gonna star you like you starved me. I'm a dog, your BS like you dog. And you hear stuff like that, and it's like a cooler song. But you think about it, the way people treat you is how they feel about you when you didn't have nothing. You get on, why would you go back and be like, oh, no, because naturally that's how empaths think. That's how men think they want help, but no, how people treated you when you was down is how they gonna treat you if you ever lose that stuff again, and that's how they really feel about you. Learn to value true love and stop looking for outer appearances and stuff like that just to try to cap and show off. Because at the end of the day, when you do stuff like that, it's like, yeah, women are turning a few heads. I've turned a few heads too, regardless of the size or whatever. But it's just in general the heart. Men envy other men who have a down ass woman who really love them, because that's rare. People can't really find it. Anybody can find somebody with a small waist, even if it's not a small waist. I'm beautiful. Anybody can find a beautiful face, pretty face, whatever. It's about real love because it's real. A lot of people don't have no ride or die. A lot of people don't have nobody that's real straight up honest with you. A lot of people don't have nobody that's legit that I had a big. A lot of people don't have nobody that's solid, so that's rare. So learn to look for, learn to value and look for true love. Stop being so acceptable. Men always talk about, I can do whatever I want. This good. Women like men that are unattainable. They respect men are unattainable. If you're a man, any woman can get at you any type of time in your relationship. That's embarrassing. One thing that I wish men would understand, and I think they understand, they just like to play a game like they don't, is if you want your girl to be solid in a relationship, you only want to have eyes for you. You don't want to ever step out the relationship. You treat her right and you do this, you do that, but you don't ever want her to look. You don't want your woman to be in public and you got your back turned and she giving eyes to another man. So what makes you think that you have the right to do that, regardless if you're a man or doing or whatever? Some men think in their mind that even if they're taking care of home, that they have a right to step out. That's not how God looks at it. That's society make their own rules. God made one man and one woman. He made Adam and Eve, which means that he made Eve for Adam. So he wanted them to be. He didn't make. They never said that Adam had 6 Eves or nothing like that. People just, and like I said, some things have been taken out and put back. But if you look on a logical standpoint, even with the whole Muslim thing, it's like and they believe in having more than one wife. If you look at it this way, you already know that if you step out of a relationship, that it's gonna cause jealousy. Either somebody going to get pregnant, it's just in general, if they're not, it's gonna cause like a distaste in your woman. Just like if your woman's to cheat on you, it'll cause a distaste and so that's automatically common sense that you know that God doesn't want you to step out. So it is what it is. Usually when people step out of relationships, it's like it just ruins everything. It's a distrust there, it's a distaste there, and it is what it is. So people can make up excuses for what they want. They're not getting what they want to a certain extent. I don't say it's right, but it happens. But in general, it's like learn how to value true love. That should turn you on, that you know you got a woman that got your back. You know you got a woman that wants only you. What should turn you off is that you got a woman that only wants you for your money, only wants you because you got this nice car, only wants you because you got a big home, only wants you because you the biggest dope deal on the block. That's not nothing to go around bragging about because anybody can get that. Try to value something and find something that's real. So that's all I have to say about that.